Flower man, when are you gonna grow? When you gonna lay down everything you know?
Welcome back to Good Morning Arizona. We are live this morning in the garden. The garden guy is doing a little work this morning, and we have our coldest morning of the fall so far in the valley. And I got to tell you, there's a storm coming too next week that could even drop a couple valley spots to the 30s.
Whoa.
So, what should you be doing now to protect your plants?
Let's first talk about that. First off, our sunburn damage normally happens during the winter, not during the summer.
Really?
Because that sun's real low in the sky.
Uh-huh.
And what happens is it hits underneath the scaffolding of our young plant material. So all these leaves aren't able to protect this trunk from some type of sunburn. So what you want to do, a little bit of white latex paint is the ideal situation. About 50-50 mix of white latex with water, paint it on anything that's exposed to the sun itself, and that's going to protect it from any type of sunburn. It's kind of like a sunblock you put on your skin,
right.
Except we're just protecting these young trees with something like this. This goes on citrus trees, in this case a little apple tree, your pear, your peaches, your plums, all those that are very thin skin type trees are the ideal situation for doing this. So getting out there, and it's going to be in real good shape to go ahead and protect that plant material from any type of sunburn. Now, what else you do? You want to also go out there and start mulching. In fact, mulch holds the warmth in the soil.
Okay.
Some type of straw, something like this cedar bark we've got here, or even some compost like we've got right over here.
But do you need to do this with temperatures in the 40s, or is this more of a concern when they get down to the 30s?
You know what? Right now we need to start doing it because we're going to hold that warmth in the soil with 2 to 3 inches of mulch, even 4 inches of mulch in some cases.
Wow, okay.
So if you look underneath all our plant material and in our beds here, you'll find a layer of mulch around a lot of that plant material, and that's holding that warmth in during the day, and at night it just slowly releases that warmth up around the plant material, and you get a lot better growth basically later on in the season. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're not using any pruners on anything out there that's frost tender. Your lantanas, your hibiscus, your asparagus, anything along those lines, you are staying away from any type of pruning, because what you're going to do, if you prune this stuff, you're going to prune it off, and then we're going to get real quick watery type growth that's a lot more susceptible to the plant. So as this plant gets any frost damage on it, it kind of burns back, and that plant material or that dead growth actually protects the plant from any further damage.
You said lantana. What about bougainvillea?
Bougainvillea too. You want to hold off on any type of pruning right now.
The whole winter?
The whole winter. We normally prune
get messy.
I
Those things go crazy.
I know they do. But what happens is if you prune them back, there's a possibility you'll lose a lot of this plant material, especially during the wintertime. If we get one of those real severe frosts, and that includes your ficus trees too. And of course, you want to stay away from any type of fertilization. In fact, staying away from any type of fertilization this time of year on frost-sensitive plants is going to be really important, because what's happening, you're also stimulating a lot of a lot of growth, and that's going to be a real problem.
Okay, you are back in about an hour.
I am. We're going to talk a lot more.
All right.
Okay.
He's going to talk even more. We will be back in an hour.
Flower man, you're living in the sun, shattered and hollow.
So it's about this time of year we start wondering how we protect our plants, our trees, our garden from frost. We don't have it yet, but we know it's coming soon.
It's coming. And what you want to do is you want to get proactive, and you want to get out there and start preparing your plants. First of all, start spraying all your plants with a little bit of liquid seaweed or extreme juice. Liquid seaweed has got about 3 to 4 degrees of frost protection in it, April, and you just foliar feed it. So you just take a hose and sprayer like this, put about an ounce or 2 in there, fill it up with water, and just spray the garden, just like we've got our garden back here. And this is one of the best ways to actually go ahead and garden out here and fertilize out here in the desert Southwest, because you get real quick conversion of the minerals in this liquid seaweed, which protect those plant materials from any further frost damage. Now, you notice the clothing systems we got. We're just starting to put them in. This is a PVC pipe that's on, well, I'll just show you. It's got a little bit of rebar down here at the bottom. You can see this rebar right there. So we just went in and did that. It's got a little, developed a little bit of memory over the last couple of years. And ideally, you want to go ahead and cover something like this with some type of insulate or some type of frost blanket or something along those lines.
And you do that already now?
You can do that already right now, because frost blankets will go ahead and be allowed to go ahead, as long as they're not on the plants. They actually accelerate plant growth out here and help with that diffusion of the hot midday sun. So a lot of times we'll go ahead and put this on top of our plant material, not only protect it from any type of frost damage or cool weather, but also insects. And it's the ideal situation for really extending those seasons that we've got out here, because we've got real short seasons. The other thing, you were just talking about your ryegrass right here. You want to go ahead and start converting or start changing over to what we call a nitrate nitrogen. Bob, I don't know if you can focus in on that, but your fertilizer should say nitrate on your bags when you're actually fertilizing with your ryegrass lawns. And this is real important because our regular nitrogens out here in the desert Southwest do not convert in real cold weather, as you were mentioning earlier. So you want to make sure you're using a proper type of fertilizer.
Okay.
Otherwise, your grass is going to start looking real nasty.
Well, that's what I said. Ours look like it's burning up, and you said it may be the type of fertilizer
Yeah,
you
well,
use.
maybe the type of fertilizer, or you're not swedging the grass, and we call it swedging. What we're doing is we're just kind of just spraying the grass,
that's not a
cooling
weather
it
term.
down.
I'm
No,
not
it's
familiar
not.
with swedging.
You just cool down the grass with a little bit of water just during the day, and you'll be in real good shape to really get that grass through those real ups and downs that we're seeing right now.
Perfect. All right,
Okay.
good to
Thank
see
you very much,
Thank you.
April.
Happy Halloween. We'll send it back inside to you.
Good stuff out there, guys. Thank you very much.